that we will see fiat last until the power of the US dollar and the US military are breached and overcome by certain forces, namely the replacement of the petrodollar as the giant underpinning factor that sustains the current worldwide system of the US dollar being the global reserve currency. And as it turns out, well, the US dollar petrodollar deal that's been in place since 1974 between the United States and Saudi Arabia, which guarantees that transactions for oil occur in dollars, and to this day the vast majority of them still do, except for a few exceptions, notably China and Russia doing some of their oil trades in yuan or in rubles. We are seeing a massive worldwide shift. What do I mean by that? I mean, just 2 days ago now, Saudi Arabia confirmed that they are letting the what was historic petrodollar deal expire, and they are not renewing it. And this is significant in many ways. This is a massive shift in U.S. economic policy and power. This is not good if you are pro-U.S. dollar. On the other hand, it is also not yet a completely fatal blow because of many reasons, notably that as of even 4 years ago, only about 6% of U.S. oil imports were from Saudi Arabia. Of course, many other countries that export oil to the U.S. Still maintained and maintain their deals in dollars because it still is the global reserve currency. But without renewing the petrodollar, this severely undercuts U.S. economic power in the world. This may, in fact, be the thing that triggers the U.S. military to become actually significantly weaker and lose its status as the world's leading superpower military. This would have significant consequences, whether you are pro-US or anti-US or neutral. It would still have significant consequences to literally every market, all geopolitical situations, all geopolitical conditions, alliances, nemeses, you name it. This will literally affect everything. Now, why do I say that? Well, because once US dollars are no longer the mandatory currency for the vast overwhelming majority of oil trades, then countries don't need to rely on dollars to buy and sell oil. In other words, they don't have to take their currency and then convert it to dollars in order to buy or sell the oil. This has huge and lasting implications for everything, right? Now, countries that are not the U.S., which is every country in the world except the U.S., actually may rejoice at this news because they may find that this is good for them, because now they can trade in their currency for oil directly. Clean energy people will also realize that this may signal that the world is naturally shifting more towards alternative and cleaner forms of energy, and they may rejoice that this may trigger an upswing in purchasing of clean energy resources. However, in the meantime, this has significant implications geopolitically, geoeconomically, and in practically every other sense, including culturally. And one of the other things it will certainly impact is whether or not any of the currencies that are of the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Iran, etc., whether or not their currencies will become stronger, whether or not their militaries will become stronger, whether or not their economic influence will become stronger, and of course, whether or not Bitcoin will become significantly stronger. And if you listen to the Alpha Trading live stream yesterday on June 9th, or 10th, whatever day it was yesterday, you will have noticed in my long rant about it that we are likely to see, the purchasing power of the US dollar continue to fall against Bitcoin, which has already fallen 99.99% in just 15 years. And we're likely to see that fall continue until it reaches zero, at which point it will be very likely that either that fiat is dead, in which case many others will probably die beforehand, because the US certainly has the power to call in debts before it goes under, and it will, and it certainly still has the military power to do certain things, and it probably will, for good or for bad. So this has significant long-term implications for Bitcoin, for whether or not Bitcoin will become the leading world currency, and how fast that might be. It might be that the overnight switch to Bitcoin, which is likely to happen after many, many nights, not one, but that overnight switch is approaching ever faster now that this deal is dead and does not seem to be looking like it's going to be renewed. And if that's the case, this really does change things. So anyway, stay tuned. I have a lot more to say about this, of course, but hopefully I'll see you on the Alpha Trading live stream in the very near future. Tune in today, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. See ya.